Hello. I am opposing the concept of changing the laws of engagement to make them more proactive. Changing the rules of engagement from passive to active would not decrease our risk of cyber attack, but rather increase the risk. At a minute and 46, my partner, Mr. Kramer 95, stated that as of right now, Cyber Command is only allowed to defend a cyber attack, not counter, then react in a form of defense. So let me ask a question. Why would we want to counter an attack and add fuel to the fire, when we could just keep denying it and not give them the satisfaction of getting a reaction out of us? It's like when someone's arguing with another person and a third party advises at least one of them to be the adult and act like the bigger person. Today I will discuss the negative results of changing the rules of engagement by the following. First, explain why Cyber Command is the wrong force for this type of conflict and problem. Second, exploring the risk of escalation regarding other countries, states, and going over the alternate plan. Let me start by first explaining why Cyber Command is the wrong force for this type of conflict. Jason Healy stated on October 1st, 2015, the change to a proactive state of defense and making it more defense and offense would be a poor change because more money and human hours will be used doing so. The past 20 years of history shows that these organizations and increase to command authority easily, therefore doesn't really set nor make absolute that the conclusion to fix an understanding issue that we're vastly facing and is at hand. We should also note that humanity is still very young and fresh, and it's into the unfunctionation age, and we did not fully understand the direction or dynamics of what we have most recently created. Jason Healy also stated that many of the most disruptive cyber attacks on the United States in the past couple years has been more about the impact of the use of information, not specifically from cyber elements. Elevating Cyber Command would unbearably to the United States battleships since 1935, the wrong force for the kind of conflict brought forth. Now that I have first explained and painted flaws in why Cyber Command does not need to become more aggressive and why it's wrong force for this issue, we can, second, explore the risk in changing the rules of engagement regarding other countries. Jason Healy stated on June 29, 2016, the most adversaries see Cyber Command as offensive, and that the United States cyber-related actions often lead misinterpretations or overreactions from other states, resulting in force-based increases in their own cyber capabilities. David Sanger wrote on June 17, 2018, that since the Pentagon has evidently empowered the United States Cyber Command to take a more aggressive approach to defending against cyber attacks, there is increased risk of conflict with foreign states that sponsor malicious hacking groups. Now that we have, second, explored the risks of increasing action of the United States Cyber Command, we can finally discuss why changing the rules of engagement would be unnecessary. As explained by John R. Lindsay on August 1st, 2013, that we, the United States of America, have enough defense without cyber policy. First, the cyber revolution thesis means that offense is becoming easier while defense is growing harder. The complexity of weapon reaction makes cyber commands less easy. There is not enough cyber command can do without presidential order, or even with presidential order, it's very hard to do stuff with cyber command. Second, Scott Shane discussed on February 17th, 2018, that election tampering is not as big as a threat as originally thought out to be, and the most tampering that took place in the most recent election was by the hands of our own government. Let me repeat that one more time. The most recent election was more tampered by our own government than any other outside threat. Don't believe me? There is a plethora amount of resources where you can find proof of conclusion within our government, especially in 1947 when the CIA was created. Third, the budget of the United States Cyber Command has already doubled and hasn't really came out or produced with anything great so far, or any successes that the public knows about. Doesn't sound like a great investment to me. Lastly, cyber treaty based on the CWC would instead establish an independent organization to monitor transboundary activities, assist with real-time ongoing attacks, and provide intelligence to attribute cyber operations to a particular actor. In Argumentation, Debate, Communications 111, we covered the negative side to increasing the rules of engagement from passive to active. Changing the rules of engagement would decrease the risk of cyber commands, but rather increase the risks. Thank you.